Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are here, I'm happy that you resonated with this playlist. It felt beautiful meditating in that energy. So let's get into this reading here. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming out already. As I was meditating, with the Hangman here. Nice. Okay. So I wrote down some notes. When I was meditating actually for quite some time, but when I came out of it, I guess, I don't know. I wrote down some notes, like everything that kind of felt significant, everything that came to me during meditation. First, I just want to share, let's see, the number 22 or 2222 can be significant. I'm just reading it off my notes here. Also, today is August 22nd, so that could be a significant number, 8 or 22 or 2. The reason why I'm saying that is because the moment I was like, I think it's time, like to kind of, open my eyes now and to start the reading, my clock is on a 24-hour timer and it said 22:22 on it, which was just 10:22. But anyways, sorry, I need to adjust my mic. But anyway, some things that came to me, I'm just going to read quickly from these notes here and then I'm going to get deeper into it. The first thing that came to me is infinite thoughts. And then I thought about how when our thoughts they're not a real thing, right? We are not our thoughts. We are simply the awareness that is beyond those thoughts, right? Beyond them. And that made me think of like having intrusive thoughts or negative thoughts. I wasn't even recording. My bad. But anyways, it made me think of like when you have intrusive thoughts or negative thoughts, how a lot of the times that can really hinder us because we're like, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad person for thinking this way, or like, why am I thinking about this, or oh, I'm so stupid. And it's like, it's easy for people to be like, just don't have those negative thoughts. I feel like people who do not struggle with intrusive thoughts have all these like really simple and easy ways to, fix the problem. I'm saying fix, but whatever. But I think what we need to do is understand that this is like thoughts are just a part of being a human, and especially they're a part of like our environment. They're a part of our experiences, and our environments and experiences are not always positive, happy-go-lucky places or happenings, right? So it's okay to sometimes fall into deep thoughts that are maybe not conducive to your well-being or to negative thoughts. Now, I'm not saying, just bask in these negative thoughts. I'm saying to remind yourself that you are the awareness beyond them. Have those thoughts, give them that space, but acknowledge that you are witnessing those thoughts. You are not those thoughts. Let them have their space and then you can release them. Let's move on here. So this other thing here. Oh, a couple of animals came to mind. Maybe you are seeing spirit animals or something around, but I seen a dragon. It was very expressive. It looked like a work of art. It almost gave me like, when you're looking at like maybe Japanese, like old Japanese art, and they have the dragon. It's there's so much detail there in the face, and it was giving me like a lot of fire energy as well. Also a dog, like dog, spirit animal, but more specifically, when I seen this dog, I don't know what type of dog it was, but it had a longer snout. So maybe like some kind of shepherd or a herding dog or something, I don't know. An eel or a barracuda could also be significant to you. Okay, back to having this infinite freedom of thought. You can also look at your comfort zone as being simply like the limit of your thoughts and the limit of your perspective. And the more that you learn and the more that you open up and the more that you see something from a different perspective, your comfort zone begins to expand, right? So I hope that made sense. So say this is your comfort zone, right? Because this is the limit of your thoughts, your beliefs, your values, your whatever, right? But as you grow and as you learn and as you have these experiences, the limit to your thoughts, the limit to your beliefs, the limit to your wisdom, your information, your knowledge expands as you grow. So therefore, that comfort zone expands as well. So in a way, we don't ever really get out of our comfort zone because our comfort zone's a beautiful place to be in. It's only when we decide to keep those walls bound to a limit that the comfort zone becomes an issue. We can stay in our comfort zone for the rest of our damn lives if we want to. It's called a comfort zone for a reason, because we feel comfort there. We have a solid foundation there. We feel grounded there. We feel like our best selves there. It's a matter of just expanding that comfort zone with new information or knowledge or wisdom or experiences, opportunities, people, places, right? Whatever it is. Okay. Oh, then something came through about headless horsemen, and I didn't even question it. I was like, all right, headless horseman, it is, right? I'm gonna jot that down, and I'll look up if there's any like symbology or like any folk tale behind that. But as I was doing that, I was reminded, let me go ahead and pull it up because I'm actually gonna read a little bit from it. I was reminded of this book called On Having No Head by Douglas Harding. And I have not read the entire book. However, I did read kind of like a summary. And I want to read part of that summary to you because it's beautiful. So it says here, oh, hold on. Sorry. I'm just going to move my mic over so I won't have to stretch and lean. It says here, if I can prepare correctly. Here we go. So imagine if you can see your head. Not indirectly in a picture, a mirror, or some other reflective surface, but directly in your field of perception. In other words, imagine if the headless void of your visual field was filled up with your head. In that case, your head would blot out your entire field of vision, and you would cease to see anything else. By being absent from your visual field, your missing head makes room for the world to be present. As far as your visual experience is concerned, the nothingness of your headless void is the precondition for everything else to exist. For the sake of simplicity, we've been focusing on visual perceptions, but we can apply the same logic to all of our other senses as well. For example, we can't hear any sounds unless there is a backdrop of silence from which they can emerge. Likewise, we can't taste, smell, or touch anything unless there is an underlying absence of taste, smell, or touch against which those sensations can be contrasted. In fact, we can apply this logic to all aspects of our conscious experience. Even our thoughts and emotions. To experience them, we need to have some sort of blank mental space in which to think and feel them. It continues with, now we can start to understand the significance of nothingness in question. It's not just at the core of our visual experience, it is the central fact of every aspect of consciousness in general. If we drill down into all of our perceptions, thoughts, and feelings, we find nothing underneath them. That nothingness is both the precondition for them to exist and the medium in which they take place. In short, everything we experience emerges from nothingness, and that nothingness, in turn, contains everything we experience. By focusing our attention on this nothingness, we can therefore cut to the very heart of our consciousness and put a finger on its underlying nature. And at its heart, we find, well, nothing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end that. I just wanted to read that because I feel like it's such a beautiful kind of confirmation to this infinite freedom of thought and kind of like emptying our minds or emptying ourselves. Oh crap. Okay, hold on. My SD card is full. I need to change it. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, my bad. That's funny how I was talking about emptying yourself and my card was like, hey, we're full. Can you empty me before you continue yapping? But anyway, so yeah, I feel like there's a message in that. It's what is necessary. It's time to start taking inventory or taking stock, like what is no longer serving you anymore. And I said this before, but a lot of the times when we are kind of doing this self introspection and when we are looking at what's not serving me, right? We tend to, right? I feel like most of the time we look at our fears and it's like, okay, what do I fear? I fear this, this, and this. And I feel like we don't spend a lot of time on questioning those fears. It's like, I just fear this. This is what I fear. And there's this energy here of like, why? Why do you fear that? Because when we think we fear something and we start questioning why, it turns out to be something completely different. Like, no, this is what you really fear. And it kind of just compounded and morphed and turned into this. And this is what you think it is. Something that's coming to mind is like a fear of being seen, a fear of being, like a fear of being seen. It's like, okay, yeah, I fear being seen. Why? Well, because of this. Well, why? Because of this. Well, why? Because of this. Well, why? Because of this. And it's like, oh, it's not that I fear being seen. I want to be seen. That's why I feel called to do, A, B, and C. What it is my fear of judgment or fear of rejection or fear of, whatever, fear of looking stupid, fear of being wrong. And then even that can stem from so many different things. But anyway, when I said like fear of judgment, I was watching someone on YouTube and they were talking about fear of being seen and being judged. And they said something so significant. And I'm not going to say it exactly how she said it. I'll link the video below if I remember. If you want to take a look at that, it's beautiful. It's beautiful the way she channels. But anyway, she was saying like, perhaps maybe you need to open yourself up to be judged so you can be the catalyst for someone's self-healing, basically. So as an example, it's like maybe you need to open yourself up to be seen and open yourself up to be judged, essentially. So whoever is judging you can somehow, like, how can I word this? Whoever is judging you can see within themselves their shadows and aspects of themselves that need to be healed. And it's through judging you that kind of wakes them up to their own healing, their own emotional immaturity, or whatever it may be. I hope I did that justice. Probably not. So definitely going to link that video in the description below or in the comments or something. And the last part of my notes, and then I'll start pulling some more cards here. Yes, okay. Something that came up, a question came up for me, and it was like, well, how do you find your limits? So when I'm talking about like your comfort zone and this is your limit, it's like, how do you even know that you have a limit to something? If you don't know anything outside of it, how will you be able to know that you're limiting yourself or that you don't have certain information or knowledge or wisdom or experience or whatever, right? And what came was play, through exploration, through expressiveness and surrendering and curiosity. All these things are integral to the elements of play. So through play, right, and experiencing all these things, you will start to see just where your limits lie and if they are hindering you or if they are watering your growth. Okay. Yes, I believe that's it. Let me pull a couple more cards here. Let me see how we're doing on time. Nice. Okay. And something that was also came up was like, all of this is work, right? And all of it's going to take time. And also there's this thing here about like the answers that you seek. I read this somewhere. The answers that you seek, or the life that you want to live, or the things that you want to accomplish, or the goals you want to accomplish, whatever, is beyond, is through the work that you're avoiding, basically. So keep that in mind during this. So what was I saying just now? Like, yeah, all of this is going to take work and a lot of practice and patience, because not only are you learning new aspects of yourself and opening up your consciousness and awareness to the depths of your being, and also the infinite capacity of everything outside of you. Not only are you learning that, but you're also unlearning everything that has hardened you. Yeah, see? Everything that has hardened you. Isolation, being left out in the cold, losing your job, being broke, right? Not being able to pay your bills, or just living paycheck to paycheck, or being sick all the time, not feeling well all the time, whether this is physically or mentally, feeling alone, feeling lonely, feeling like you're not being guided, feeling like you're not being protected, either by people around you or, whatever higher power you believe in. So it's like you are unlearning everything that has hardened you, in a sense. And it's interesting because, the Pentacles is about like tangible thing. Are we having an earthquake? I think we just had an earthquake. I'm not sure. But, yeah, and when I said harden, it just made me think of like stone here. What's this? The world. See, it's like something is coming full circle, yes, but also something is coming into completion. Something was fated. Some kind of experience was fated to happen. Yeah, it was almost like 4 stages of something that you just had to experience. I don't know. I don't want to say had to, because it feels weird to say that, but yeah, I guess it is what it is. But this Knight of Pentacles too, it's like an offering. You're coming out of this because you're being offered something that's going to help you expand, but also going to help you complete something, a tough cycle, perhaps. And yeah, something has ran its course. So like I was saying, it's like you're unlearning things that have hardened you, but then you're also unlearning things that have ran its course, right? Perhaps it served you some way or somehow in the past for your past self, but what you are moving into now, you no longer need that belief or that habit or that pattern. And it's time for you to like unlearn that so you can learn something new, so you can expand the limits and acknowledge and to see the infinite freedom of your thoughts and of your comfort zone, that you can expand infinitely. And know that unlearning is a lot harder. It's much harder than learning anything, right? So you are being you are being invited to be patient, with yourself and to continue practicing. And you may be asking, like, well, how do I practice? And this is where you need to sit down with your higher self, with your angels, your guides, God, whoever it is that you resonate with, and pray or meditate or journal, and that answer will come to you. Also, I feel like if you can open up yourself to maybe reading more, maybe reading a different genre, or start reading that book that you've been putting off for months or maybe years, right? Or finish a book that you started and you really enjoyed, but you just haven't got around to finishing it. And you don't have to sit there and, read the whole thing in a week or a month, or, read a chapter a day. I mean, you can do that, but if you can't find the energy to do that or the time to do that, you can just read a page a day or a paragraph a day. What matters is you're taking time out to acknowledge that you are expanding on a spiritual level, an emotional level, intellectual level, whatever it may be. And you are honoring that expansion. And you honor that expansion through the acknowledgement and through the practice. And as you put in this work, you soften, yes. You soften to yourself. You soften to the world around you. And when that happens, integrating, you can, how do I want to say this? When you can soften, you can more easily integrate with what's for you. Integrating with your goals, your dreams, your desires, your manifestations, with people, places, opportunities that are for you, right? And they will come with ease. Imagine trying to create like a clay pot out of cement, right? With your bare hands. It will be a lot easier if you were working with clay that hasn't yet been set or fired, right? Clay that is malleable, that you can shape into the form that you want, but also add and subtract other forms to it or other mediums to it, like maybe decorating it with stones or designs. And this is what I mean about you softening so you can better integrate with what's for you. I hope you understand that little metaphor there, but let's see here. There's something also about like surrendering, right? And you'll hear that a lot. Surrender. And are you surrendering, right? And you may be asking yourself, like, how do I do that? Again, those questions will come to you. I mean, those maybe questions. Yeah, maybe there's questions that you need to ask yourself so you can come to specific answers here. But I meant to say those answers will come to you on how to surrender when you pray, when you meditate, when you journal, whatever it is that you do, when you talk to your angels, your guides, your ancestors. When you can do that, you will receive those answers. But also it's like you're already, Six of Swords, you're moving into calmer waters. And I was just about to say, you're already expanding. There's no stopping this expansion, right? It's like, it almost feels like if something is exploding, it's like you can't stop that explosion mid-explosion. It already detonated. It already went off, right? So you can't expand. I mean, you can't stop this expansion. What will make it easier for you, because when we expand, no matter how ready we feel we are on a spiritual or psychological whatever level, it is very difficult because we're stepping into the unknown, right? So what will make this expansion easier for you and less of a battle is if you decide to feel the expansion and everything that comes out of it, right? Imagine ooh, I have my slinky right here. That's perfect. So imagine a coil, right? And it's tightly wound, okay? nothing can really get out and nothing can get in, right? Now, when you start to expand, when you begin, like first it starts off real slow, right? Things start slowly coming out and then it's like a flood, right? When you start to expand and open up, things start to come out. Things that have been trapped inside of here, right? Things start to come out and things start to come in. And what I want to say to that is just feel all of it. Feel everything. Feel everything that's coming out. Feel everything that's coming in. And that's how you surrender, is just to feel it. And that's really difficult, especially if you're feeling these emotions that are really difficult to navigate, like sadness or grief or anger, rage, right? These things are difficult to just sit and feel through. And sometimes you'll just find yourself just sitting there bawling, crying. But that is it. That's exactly what needs to happen. And when you can feel this, that is you surrendering. And when you surrender, that is you honoring that expansion. And also like vice versa, right? When you feel, that's how you honor it. That's that expansion that's happening. And when you honor that expansion, then that's how you begin to surrender to it. That's a better way to say it. Yeah. It's when you can feel everything that's coming in and coming out, and you can honor that. That's how you honor that expansion. And that's one of the ways that you can begin to surrender to it. I think that's what I said. I think that's what I said. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Look, Ace of Swords. Yeah, I'm going to take this one out here. And Ace of Swords was at the top. And Ace of Swords is about the mental body, yes. It's also about reconciliation and forgiveness. It's about like new ideas, this burst of clarity. I think this is it. Yeah, Nine of Cups is still at the bottom. Yeah. So I want to pull a couple from here, from this little oracle deck that I have. No! Oh my god. Look at that. If you're watching this on YouTube, that was beautiful. No way. Okay, so the card at the bottom of this oracle deck I have says expand. And then at the bottom of that it says surrender. Okay, fine. I'm taking them out. No way. Okay, you're just going to have to believe that I did not set this up like this, but okay. We have wound underneath that. And here it's like when you can open up that wound, things start to come out. I do feel like maybe this is about grieving. The last episode that I just posted, I was talking about grief. No way. Okay, we have body here, and then we have rage. This is crazy. No matter how many readings I do, it's always so crazy. Okay, unknown. Look at that. And when I split the deck, let's see if I can split on it again. Is it this one? Ooh, shadow. Yep, this could be doing some shadow work. But when I split the deck the first time, I seen support. And you have nothing but support all around you. And within you, too. It's like there's something here about like having a backbone and knowing your power and stepping into that power. But also this body here, I took this out because when I was talking about like releasing here, I thought of the book, The Body Keeps the Score. And also there's a book called The Emotion Code. And it's about how our body traps emotions in them and how they turn into physical manifestations. Like illnesses and diseases. I like the book, The Body Keeps the Score, because I don't know, it resonated deeply with me, because not only like the first half of the book is all about the science and the research about it and telling these stories and about people's experiences and the doctors telling his stories about the decades that he's been in studying trauma of the body and how it can manifest in physical form. And then the other half of the book talks about like, okay, well, how can I get this out? How can I release it? Basically, how can I surrender? Because when you surrender, you soften. And when you soften, you open up. Oh my gosh, this is crazy confirmation. It feels amazing. Okay, fine. I'm going to get a little spirit animal card here. We have tiger at the bottom. Tigers can also be significant. And we have a little firefly at the top. That could be significant. I was going to shuffle this deck and pull some cards, but this came out crazy. So I'm just going to keep it how it is. All right. I'm going to read. This comes with a guidebook, and I'm going to read whatever card comes out of here. Oop. Fell on the floor. No freaking way. We have crocodile. Yeah, going beneath the surface, going deep, but also being still, as still as a mouse, right? Oh yeah, that's right. Moth came through too, but I forgot to write that down, so I forgot to say it. Moths can be really significant. But yeah, being still so you can feel and you can hear and you can understand what it is that you're feeling. Okay, hold on. These fell on the floor. Give me a second. But I was saying reclaim your power. We have panther and we have bear here. Yeah, and this bear is kind of like looking at this panther. And for some reason, it's like giving me the story here about the panther's like hissing at this bear. And this bear is just looking like, dude, what are you so afraid of? Like, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm just chilling. Like, why are you so defensive? Why you want to fight? These can be significant spirit animals. So I know that these came out, but I did see moth in my mind's eye when I was meditating. So I feel called to read moth out of the book, and we'll see. Maybe I'll read all of them, but let's see. What does bears say? Because they have like little... Where is it? Hold up. Give me a second. Oh, come on. We have elk, stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. What is happening? Why can't I find bear? See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not meant to read it. I feel like. Oh my God, no way. It was the first one. Waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. Wow. Strength, yearning to grow and having inner strength. When this is out of balance, you could be withdrawing. Maybe you're overstaying a hermit mode, feeling like a heaviness. To bring this into balance, to integrate this energy, do some movement, do some exercise. Okay, now let's see what, it was just, I didn't read this, but you can go ahead. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and screenshot it if you want to read it for yourself. Panther. It says, annihilation of the unnecessary, purging. Wow. When in balance, brave, productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. Yeah. Open up, get rid of the unnecessary. This can even be about decluttering your home, right? But also decluttering the body, the mind, the spirit, releasing. All right. Now, let's read Moth. Oh, sorry, I didn't give you a screenshot of the panther. If you want to read it on your own, that's cool too. The moth, I'll hold it up here. The moth says, impulsive, hasty, wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easy or different. When in balance, enthusiastic, whimsical. When out of balance, idealizes others, jittery. To bring into balance, finish a project. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, so I like how it says practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easy or different, because infinite freedom of thought kept coming to mind. The unknown kept coming to mind and expanding into the unknown. But also like this energy of practice. Something is going to take practice. It's going to take time, and not to rush it, because like we always say, right? Enjoy the journey, enjoy the journey. That's true as hell. That's so true. And I wish I can just travel back to my past self and slap her around a couple times and be like, enjoy the journey. Everything's going to be fine. Enjoy the journey, because that's the play, right? Play, explore, create, because through this creation and this exploration and this curiosity, that's where freedom comes from. That's where you can finally see that you were running after freedom, but this whole time you were already in it. And it just seems like you kept running after it, and it just kept getting further away from you, because freedom is infinite. So you were just running through this infinite void, thinking that you're not free, thinking that you're not ever going to get this or be that or do this or do that. And it's like you already are experiencing it. It's what you do now that puts you on that timeline to experience that. And you keep trying to run after it. It's only going to seem like it's getting further away from you, because you're running through an infinite void. Play in the void. Swim in the void. Dance, laugh, create, explore, surrender, create in the void. Because like that, when I was reading out of that little summary of the book, it says, by focusing our attention on this nothingness, we can therefore cut to the very heart of our consciousness and put a finger on its underlying nature, right? It's talking about how everything we experience emerges from nothingness, and that nothingness contains everything we experience. And that's exactly what I mean by play in the void. Stop trying to run out of it, because you never will. It's infinite. Okay? Anyways, it's been an honor. It's been a privilege to share this space with you. I'm so happy that you're still here with me, and I love you so much. And yeah, let me know how you resonated with this. Let me know if you want longer playlist, shorter readings, longer readings, shorter playlists, or whatever. Or just send me a little heart, because I love that. I love when people send me hearts or little sunflowers. It's cute. Anyway, all right. I hope that this was helpful. I hope this made you feel good. I know it could have been feeling a little uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, I do these from a place of love and from a place of healing, and healing's not always rainbows and butterflies. So if you did feel a little uncomfortable, but you're still here, know that you are on the right path. to reclaiming your power and to the timeline in which you desire to exist and explore in. You are on the right path, okay? All right, I love you so much. Take care.